Ryan Reynolds is a popular Canadian actor who has given the world a number of bright projects. After the release of The Deadpool Dilation, he gained an even larger fan base and started acting more actively in movies. Usually his characters are strong and brave men who are not afraid of anyone or anything. But Ryan Reynolds himself has a phobia. When he was 17 years old, he experienced the phrase "my whole life flashed before my eyes" during a parachute jump. It did not open at the first time, and the young man thought that he would leave this world forever. Fortunately, the actor managed to escape from the clutches of the Bony, but since then he has suffered from aerophobia. Daniel Day-Lewis left the cinema several years ago to focus on ordinary life. His filmography is not as many works as it seems, but each role of the actor was memorable for both viewers and critics. After all, Daniel Day-Lewis is one of those actors who do not just play and live in their characters. Filming in Gangs of New York almost ended fatal for him. Throughout the film, he wore clothes of the time, and because of this badly ill. Despite the fact that he had the opportunity to be treated by the best medical means, the actor decided to try the treatment of those days. Daniel almost ruined himself, and when his condition worsened, Day-Lewis still managed to persuade him to see a doctor. The story of Seth MacFarlane's rescue is very unusual. Thanks to his efforts, audiences have seen several comedies that have become hits. But in 2001, when he was not yet particularly famous, the actor liked to spend a lot of time with a shot of some drink at night. So, once a headache kept him awake all day, and his personal assistant, messing up the actor's schedule, as it turned out, saved his life. If Seth MacFarlane did not prevent anything, he would have been one of the victims of the terrible tragedy that occurred on September 11, 2001. But luckily, he didn't get on one of those planes in time. Martin Lawrence, in turn, just gained weight, and he needed to lose a few pounds for the filming of the next movie. To achieve the desired results, he put on several layers of clothing and went for a run. At first, nothing foretold trouble, but after a few minutes, getting a sunstroke, Martin fell and stayed in a coma for 3 days. Thanks to the quick and hard work of doctors, the comedy star was saved. The presence of Tom Cruise on this list speaks volumes. Most of the stunts the actor tries to do on his own. For some of them he has received minor or tangible injuries, but not once has he been on the verge of life and death. And everything is caused by Emily Blunt. According to the script, she was supposed to drive the car, and the actor, in turn, to sit in the back seat. The actress was enjoying her triumph and thought she was doing everything right, until she heard a colleague shout. Tom asked her to slow down, but Emily didn't respond the first time. The actors crashed into a tree, and thankfully, no casualties were sustained. There are not many franchises that have become iconic. The Star Wars film series has been stirring the hearts of millions for decades. George Lucas looks at his brainchild with pride, and if it weren't for him, no one would have seen the tapes then. George, in his younger years, thought that being a car racer was his life's calling. He had no trouble finding people with similar interests, and the boys were pretty much speeding all over the place. But one day Lucas's car went off the track, and the young man suffered several serious injuries. When George came to his senses, he realized that it was stupid of him, and it could have ended much worse. For this reason, he gave up the dream and directed all his energy in another direction.